Hey, Marcus here, Soren Sci-fi guy. I've talked about shoulder-mounted guns on mechs before, but what about humans? This came up recently in The Mandalorian, but it's not that new of a concept. A tiny amount of research that I've done shows that it goes at least as far back as 1995 in an old edition of the Cyberpunk meets Dragons and Magic RPG Shadowrun, but I'd be willing to bet it goes back even further. Now, could this work, and what would the pros and cons be? Well, somebody did come up with one that aims by tracking your head movement. This works pretty well for a flying suit, but I think that there could be something similar to Mayfield's for the more common sci-fi soldier. Setting it up for head tracking would be pretty bad. It would never be as accurate as a handheld rifle, and if you're using a rifle, then moving your head in a different direction from where you're aiming is kind of counterintuitive. I think a system where it can't really turn enough to, hit your head would be ideal, and as for how it tracks and fires, some sentient aiming system would be pretty unethical. I think what would work would be having your gun fire either tracer rounds or an IR laser or something, and then program the shoulder gun to shoot where you're shooting. This wouldn't be good for multiple targets, however, it would double your firepower on one target. This is a good thing since, contrary to what Hollywood would have you believe, usually it takes a few rounds to do the job. Now, this would be limited to small calibers, both due to weight, recoil, and capacity, but this would be a surprisingly good area to introduce exoskeleton frames.